All right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope everybody is having a great weekend. Welcome back, Dr. Doohickey. We have the whole gang on the teams again for this week. If y'all want to say something, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll give everybody a couple minutes to join.
I is here.
Hey everyone, good evening.
What's so good about it?
Hey, Tim.
Well, it was
welcome
good
back.
until you joined.
Facts.
Give it just a couple more minutes. And there won't be a stream next weekend. I will be out of town.
Aww.
So no stream next weekend. But we will pick it back up the weekend after.
Boo hiss.
You're not allowed to take vacations, Len.
Sure I am.
Well, it's all right if he's going to go get another printer so he can bring it in to show us something new.
Not a new printer, but I do have some new stuff on the way. From Sunlu, we have some new stuff coming from them. And it'll be a fun project that we'll be working on with their filament as well.
Hey, Len,
Go ahead.
Did you see that YouTube video that uses the Sunlu S4 as a filament dryer? Not a filament dryer, as a desiccant dryer.
Oh no, I didn't see that, but that's a good idea for it.
They printed out a basket and they put it inside of the S4, took the desiccant out of their holders that they had in their AMSs and poured it in there and ran it on, I believe they said 60 degrees Celsius for a couple of hours, and it turned the beads back to orange.
Yeah, that's good. I think Ed, you had a couple desiccant dryers for like the AMS HT, I think, right? But yeah, anything that can dry your desiccant is pretty good. But that's good to know that there's one for the S4. Did they share the models that they use to hold the desiccant?
Yeah, it's on Maker's World.
It's on Maker World.
Has anybody used the tricolor filament from Bamboo or any of the tricolor from Amazon in their AMS?
I used tricolor silk filament from Amelon in my AMS without any issues.
Okay.
Yeah, I've used the Bamboo, I think, once or twice.
Because I know the Bamboo says you have to slow it down to like 40 millimeters a 2nd in order to get the true tricolor in it. And you also have to use a certain amount of grams in order to get the full spectrum. You know, if you're doing like a small model, you ain't going to get the full 3-color spectrum.
Yeah, you slow it down the same thing with the silk, and to get it shiny, you slow it way down, and then what is it, hot fix that you do with the walls to get it super shiny as well. There's something else that you can do, but I think the same concept applies here as well.
3 walls, inner, outer, inner, so the outer wall is the most uniform it'll be, and then 50 millimeters per second if you want it super shiny.
Gotcha.
And a bit of a higher temp.
Yep. Slow and hot. Slow and hot. All right, so we'll go ahead and dive into the pictures here. Give me 1 second.
Have you guys checked out on Maker World where they started doing like crowdfunding for certain models and stuff. That's a pretty cool concept.
No, that is a really cool concept. Like crowdfunding somebody to like design something.
Yeah, like designers will put up like a model that they're going to do, and then you can decide to back it, and they'll set, you know, like a goal, like $800 or whatever. And this one guy has already done almost like $4,000 for this kit card plane. He does a lot of kit card planes, but this one's like a super detailed one. And for like, you can back him for like $15 and you get the model when he releases it, or you can back him for $50 and you get the model and extra armaments for the plane. Or you can do $100 and you get a lifetime commercial license to sell that model or sell prints of that model for life. And he's also adding, you know, like just like Kickstarter, you know, you have certain levels that you'll get to. And so, like, one of the levels is, okay, you get the plane, but if I make this much money on this Kickstarter type thing, this crowdfunding thing, I'm also going to make this model and include it in the deal.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I wonder if that dude from Flexi Factory is going to do that.
Yeah, I haven't seen Flexi Factory do it yet, but there are several makers on there.
He does a lot of stuff to bring him back to his like subscriptions or whatever, and seems like another good subscription model. As long as you're getting good stuff from him, I think it's a good idea, and to reward people to keep pumping stuff out or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, my issue with some of those subscriptions, including Flexi Factory, is that if you subscribe today, you don't get everything they have released over the years. You're pretty much just going to get everything from now on.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
So you miss on some of the files. And that happened to me because I wanted a file that he had released a while ago, and I couldn't get it, and it wasn't exclusive, so he doesn't sell it separately.
Yeah, there's a few that do that.
All right, Ed, you want to tell us about this print? Did we lose Ed? It looks like we did lose Ed.
Well, I'm assuming this is meant for, since the United States Mint is no longer going to print pennies, he made a pennies deal to collect pennies in.
What does it cost? Like 12 cents to make a penny or something like that?
Something like that. They said they were going to save, like, over the course of the next 20 years, like a couple $1 million or $500 million or something like that by not producing the pennies.
Yeah. If you ever see that channel CP Gray, he did a cool video on pennies and how ridiculous it is to have pennies.
Yeah, I just look it up. Each penny costs to make 3.79 cents.
Yeah.
And you
I
can't
think-
use them
Sorry,
for
69.
anything anymore.
3.69.
I think every coin costs money to make, right? None of them are under what they are worth, right?
That's the way I understand it. So, I mean, eventually we'll
But
get
the
to the
penny's
point to
the
where,
worst. Like the penny is like the worst.
yeah, cost to return on investment is not equal. So eventually we'll get to a point to where we don't have any coins.
Well, eventually, we're not gonna have anything. You're gonna carry around a plastic chip.
Yep.
You already do.
Yeah, but they're
I
not
was
gonna
gonna say
charge you
that.
interest.
You text on it all the time. They don't even have to implant anything. You implanted it for them. You can ask all of my friends. I said that probably 20 years ago when they were saying, "Oh, they're going to implant all of this stuff." I was like, "No, they're not. They'll just give us something that we all want." What'd they do?
They gave us 3D printers.
They gave us all kinds of stuff that we want, and we don't even read the stuff when we say okay to it.
You read?
There, you don't just hit OK a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You don't just
Yeah.
press buttons till it works.
Yeah. What's that joke about the software license agreement and the wife? Is that you don't really listen or read it? You just say, I agree.
Yeah, pretty much.
And hope it doesn't come back to bite you.
Yeah,
Yes.
And it does most of the time.
that's
Yep.
hilarious. All right, well, let's keep going through this. I don't see Ed coming back on. This is pretty interesting with the silver. I wonder, almost looks like two different filaments.
I think it's the lighting.
It's the lighting, and there's walls around the black.
I'm not sure. I think it's more the lighting. You just notice.
Right. If you look at the one on the left, you can see that like around the black, there's like 3 walls of silver, and then the infill. It looks like all the same silver.
Well, and the one on the right looks like it was printed face down, maybe. And the one on the right looks like it was printed face down, maybe.
Robert, you need to mute your computer or whatever.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, finally. Sorry about that.
All good. I don't know. It almost looks like this is a textured plate and this isn't. But maybe it is just the lighting. Let's see if there's some more pictures of it.
Yeah, I think it's the lighting because you just look at the shadow on the right side means the lighting is coming from the left.
I'm sorry, I thought you guys were talking about the different silvers within the single print, not the difference between the two, the one on the left and one on the right. I thought you were talking about like the. Never mind. Yeah, those look like the same print, just one's face down on textured.
Len, I just put the link for that basket in the chat.
All right. That's the one for the S4
desiccant.
dryer. Awesome. Awesome. If anybody needs that, be sure to grab it. As I am right now.
So as guests are waiting to join, is there somebody waiting to join?
I don't show anybody waiting to join on my side.
It's probably my team's. Microsoft sucks at software.
Bite me.
We're just now figuring that out.
Oh, I
Oh,
figured
you
that
guys
one
need
time
to
ago.
stop right now. 'Cause let's go live in the land of Google where all your privacy is gone.
Come on, we have to
I-
give Hotfix a break 1 week. I dug into Microsoft last week. We can't do it again this week.
That's why I use Apple products.
Oh, so you're lobotomized. Cool. Good to know.
Yep.
Apple doesn't give you the option to do anything. It's
Well, they
their
give you
way
the
or
option of
highway.
buying more stuff and paying extra for their stuff. That's an option.
Ironically, anybody
I
that
have it
makes
all.
a big egg ends up getting all the problems with them.
I'm sorry, I was just laughing at Dr. Doohickeys comment.
Eats popcorn. I have iPhones, iPads, I have Android tablets. I don't have an Android phone anymore. I don't have a Mac. I'm not running anything Mac anymore. Although I have stuff, I just don't plug it in. But I run Linux and Windows. More and more Linux here lately. Sorry, hotfix.
It's all good, man. I don't care. Just gotta push, just gotta push back every once in a while. Hey, just let you know on the YouTube stream, your chat window went away.
Thank you, sir. Now it should be back.
Yep, there it is.
Some sort of software decided to hide it for me. That's pretty awesome. Yours truly is also a daywalker. I run all except Linux and Ubuntu. Everything except Ubuntu. That's interesting.
Okay, I'll bite. What is a daywalker aside from being Blade?
What is it? Never heard of daywalker before.
Is that a Mac user or what? I don't know.
I think somebody staked the dock.
This looks like a vinyl pick or some 3D printed dentist utensil.
Yeah. A pick for picking out support structures.
Yeah. Hopefully
It
not
looks
to
like
clean your teeth.
It looks like it might have TPU on there. I'm wondering if that's what the yellow is.
Mm.
Come back, Ed.
Probably not TPU because that would require a different machine. Does Ed have a H2D?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he might have.
Hello.
Mute yourself, Robert.
Yeah.
It is cool. I'm curious what it is, though. And I like that bluish green filament. Oh, wait, we got Ed back.
Yeah.
Robert, mute yourself.
Oh my gosh. Every time I tried to mute him, he talked and it took away the menu. Great development. Someone.
That's a feature, not a bug.
It's a buggy feature.
Just submit a change request.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Ed Godoy here.
Hey, Ed. All right. So,
Actually, you're looking at it, it's actually a tool that comes with the cutter plotter add-on to the H2D that you actually print that piece. It comes with a little hook. That little hook is to help you when you do the cutting of the vinyl or whatever, is to be able to I haven't used it yet for that purpose, but supposedly you have to print something to be able to grab that little hook. So anyway, that's what that is. And it's not TPU. It's all that is all PLA actually.
Okay. What's the bluish green stuff?
It's a Bamboo Lab filament PLA. I forgot it's like a greenish blue.
Is it
I
the
forgot
Galaxy
exact
stuff?
thing. No. It's a basic PLA.
Okay.
So see, I was right. It's a vinyl weeder.
Exactly. Yeah. It comes with a little hook, and you have to print the body of the hook to be able to grab it. I haven't used it yet, but anyway, that's what that's supposed to be. Maker's World, there's a few different designs. I just picked this one. The original design is you're supposed to use, there's two little screws you're supposed to use to hold that little hook in place. And this one doesn't use that at all. It's actually just tied in. You see there's like a little nut that you print. It actually squeezes the hook into the PLA piece that you actually print.
It's interesting that they make you print that, because I mean, most vinyl cutters that I've ever had come with them for free, and you can get them at Hoblob for like 50 cents.
Well, yeah, I mean, the hook comes with the kit, but since, we all have a 3D printer, they expect you to go ahead and just print the damn thing, the handle
Same
with
with
your printer.
the scraper or whatever. They just send you the blades.
Exactly.
Bamboo's going to turn into IKEA. Here's the plans. Print out the bookshelf, and we'll provide the screws for you.
Isn't that Bamboo's model right now?
I've designed some stuff for IKEA.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of the last quote unquote kits I've gotten from the hardware kits I've gotten from them have been like a couple of screws and an O-ring. You're like, really?
And some super confusing instructions.
Or one of them was just a whole bunch of rubber bands. I was like, oh my God, you're kidding me.
Man, that turned out really nice.
This is,
Very
I guess
cool.
that's what it's called. It's Knuckles, I think it's called.
Yeah, Knuckles.
Yeah, and my grandson actually had his birthday party, but then at school they had a little something for him also. So they asked me to print another set. So I printed 20 of these, and plus the frame. The frame is apart. It's separate from the other. You just place it inside. And I also printed the little figurines. We'll see in a minute. So I was busy. I had to print. In reality, this is 2 pieces. It takes about 3 hours to print, 3.5 hours each one of these little 120 by 120.
And that's just a 4-color print, right? Blue, white, red, and black.
Exactly.
Wow. They got those color gradients dialed in. I mean, not gradients, the translucency. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say is the original size of this is much larger. It's 200 by 200 millimeter. And I just wanted to print it at 120 by 120, much smaller. And I had a hard time converting it from scaling it down. I kept on scaling it down proportionately from 60%. And, the thickness you can't change the thickness. That screws up all the colors. But once I figured out that I couldn't change the thickness, I had to leave it the standard size, then it came out okay. But I wasted I don't know how many times trying to print the damn thing. So anyway, at the end it worked. Now you can scale it.
You're gonna have to. Ed's gonna have to invest in a print farm just to keep up with his grandkid's birthday.
Yeah.
I think he has.
Yeah.
How many X1s and H2Ds do you have now?
2 X1Cs and 1 H2D. So it's really 3 printers. I mean, the other printers I had, I gave them away. I don't have any room left in that room.
Yeah, I resized one of these from like 100 to 200 once, and I went through like all these massive calculations to just the layer heights and what color came in. And somebody said to me, dude, why don't you just modify the X and the Y and keep the Z the same? And I was like, God, man, where were you like 2 days ago?
Exactly.
So
Well,
pro tip to anybody: if you're resizing these, do what Ed did and leave the Z alone and only modify X and Y.
exactly.
Q-forges look so great for 3D prints, but comparing them to, say, a high quality printer, they don't look good.
And there's really
Yeah, I don't
no
think.
waste. There's no waste on this at all because I mean, hardly any waste because it's not. This is another tool you're supposed to print for the cutter plotter kit to be able to, when you lay down the vinyl on top of the bed, it has like a gluey substance, so you're supposed to use this to level it out anyway. This is one version on Maker's World that I went ahead and printed. I haven't used it yet, but I shouldn't say I haven't used it. I did use it, but I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Yeah, it's basically to make sure your vinyl gets down flat on the mat.
Exactly.
You have to use this with crickets and stuff too.
Okay.
I feel like the amount of tools that they ask you to print to use their printer, they should be giving you like some sort of discount.
Yeah, the printer should come with like 3 rolls of filament. Here's all the stuff that you're going to have to print in order to use the machine. So
Bingo.
here's 3 rolls of filament to facilitate that.
How is that printed? It looks like the roller is printed horizontally.
No, the roller is printed actually standing up, and then the arms and it's the gray part, which is the arm, is printed horizontally. I mean, it's laying down on the bed.
And the roller pin goes in separately.
The roller pins, you print them at the same time you print the actual roller itself, and it's like a screw.
Okay, but it's a separate part than the roller.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I think that there's one version of this same one that you can print it all in one. It's all one color. We printed a gray, but I wanted to print the roller one color and the handle a different color. So I selected this one, which is there's really 2 plates. Really easy print. And it printed, no support.
So the pins actually screw into the.
Yeah, you see it right there? You see the corner?
Yeah.
You see that the pin actually just screws into the roller itself, and it held by the handle.
And what keeps it from unscrewing?
I don't know. Like
Magic.
no.
A drop of glue.
I'm not
So,
sure.
well, what I'm seeing would happen there is if you're pulling the same direction or pushing down the same direction for long enough, it's going to unscrew in one direction or the other.
It does, it doesn't do that. Actually, the roller just rolls in there. It's screwing.
Right.
It's screwing into the. I don't remember. I think what screws it's into the handle, but I think the roller part. I don't think it has part of the screw itself. It just has like a pin. That's a screw that has a pin at the end, and you're not really screwing it into the roller. The roller is being held by the pin that is actually screwed into the handle, but it's a pin inside the roller.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And
Yeah, so
I
the
see that,
depends.
but uh, if you go the same direction for long enough, it would unscrew one or the other of them.
Not
Why
with a
would that?
pin.
Now with a pin
No,
inside.
Yeah,
not with the pin, yeah.
even with a pin in there, it would unscrew eventually.
Nope, because it's screwed into the handle, not the roller itself, so
Exactly,
the roller's never moving that screw.
exactly.
Right. The pin that's inside the roller has a smaller tolerance, so it's not technically touching the roller. It's just in there to make sure it holds it in place.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand exactly how it works, but it would unscrew.
Yeah, well, I would
Why?
have to agree at some point with the friction, it will start unscrewing slowly. It's not going to happen immediately, but weeks or months of using it is going to do it. But you
I
just
don't,
pay attention
I,
every time you're going to use it to be sure that it's tight, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I don't see that.
Okay.
Because all this is doing is, imagine that it has it's a screw that has a pin that is floating inside the roller. It's not, the roller is not being screwed in, it's not screwed into that part of that pin.
No, I know, but because that pin is still going to be touching part of that roller, even if the tolerances are looser, it's going to touch it a bit. So at some point, it is putting a bit of pressure on the pin, which the pin is attached to the screw.
And especially
Okay.
when you're applying a force to it, it
Yeah,
makes it
but
worse.
but this is not meant to, this is not anything for force. This is just to flatten the vinyl on the bed. So you just, it's, you're putting what, maybe a little bit of pressure, but the pressure is minor, and you're gonna be rolling that for only a few inches.
Yeah,
You understand? I mean, it's not like you're gonna be pushing this roller down a hill for 10 miles or a mile. I mean, this is just like a few inches. You're rolling them above the bed, putting the vinyl in place, making sure it's flat.
yeah.
It's,
I understand how it works. And for its specific case on the 3D printer, putting it on the 3D printer would work just fine. But if you are using that to apply the vinyl to something else, you might be going in the same direction for a while. And that might unscrew the screw.
Well, I guess will tell, and he can report back if
Yeah.
it ever happens.
yeah, okay. Well, right now it hasn't moved. I used it for like on just putting that a paper on that for about 10 seconds. That's about it. I mean, I really haven't used the damn thing, but it just rolled fine. There was nothing. The roller wasn't putting any pressure on the pin or the screw or anything, so the roller just rolled very easily. I mean, you don't put it that tight that it's going to squeeze the roller against the walls of the handle. What is being tight is the pin, which is a screw, which has the end of it is just like a pin that it's not screwed into the roller itself. It's just floating inside the roller.
Yeah, but the point is, it's not really fully floating. It's going to touch part of the roller at some point because it physically can't just be in the air. So it's going to touch that part of the pin. And as it goes moving, it's still touching that pin and putting a tiny bit of resistance. So at some point, the point, I guess, is that it's going to start unscrewing it very slowly. May it happen in a year, a week, a month, I don't know.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go to the
Place
next
your
picture so we
bets.
can super analyze that.
Yeah, I think it's fun to see it. My recommendation would be just check that it's tight every time you're going to use it.
Yeah,
So
or
it doesn't
put a
fall
drop
apart
of
on you.
glue on it or something.
This is a friend of mine asked me to print this for him. It's it's a base to display his coins. He has a collection of coins, and he asked me to print some stuff for his coin collection. So this goes in a shelf. It actually has three parts. You can place them together like this. There's and then you can actually use if you want to have them separate. So anyway, that's what that is.
Cool.
It's about 2 feet long, about 8 inches deep, and it's actually slanted a little higher at the back than it is at the front. So you can print it like this, and then you can actually print corners. These are the two ends, and then the other one's the middle.
That's really cool.
It's a display.
Did you model this?
No. It's Maker's World. He actually sent me a picture of a couple of things that he wanted me to find out if I could print it, and so I kept on asking him, what I don't know what it is. Can you tell me what it is? And then eventually, what I did was I sent him the link in Maker's World, so he actually can search in Maker's World, and now he's actually sent me a couple of stuff he actually asked me to print. He did the search himself and told me what to print.
You created a monster.
That's what happened when I gave my wife the link.
There you go.
No, Mark did not just call his wife a monster. No, that did not happen.
What's that?
Somebody have her email address. We can send her a link to this video tomorrow.
Yeah.
She said it herself. She said, I bet you wished you'd never given me this link.
There's a series that I just printed for Halloween for my grandkids.
That's
The
the
same
one
guy
like
who
with
did-
your Roadrunner ones, right?
Exactly. The link that I did of the Road Runner, and there's like 6 or 7 little figurines. Well, the same guy designed. It's actually a pretty neat concept because I'm sure it's very easy to design this once you know how to design, because they actually balance it by itself, and it rolls and it always stays up. And they're all basically the same wheel design, and the body's the same design, it's just the figure itself. So these are a series of 7 different Halloween characters. You'll see them in a minute here.
Are the bodies thick enough so they don't snap like you were saying with one of the other ones?
The issue with the other one was the Roadrunner. The problem was that the head was very thin with the body, and it was only like there's not enough material to hold it in place. It was only like I think it was like maybe a quarter of an inch, or maybe less than that, an eighth of an inch. So they designed it different so that the feathers and the body are tied together. So these are about maybe half an inch the head, the thinnest part. The actual thickness of the body is very thin. It's only a few, I don't know how thick it is, but it's very thin. But as long as the body is and the head are all printed together and there's enough to hold it in place, it should be okay. I just printed these. I mean, the kids haven't played with it. We'll see how they hold up. I haven't given it to them yet.
These would be really cool to have a spring or a rubber band or something attached to them. When you roll them back and then they roll forward.
That would be cool.
That's something. Yeah, maybe that's something that maybe somebody can modify it. I don't know how to design any of this stuff. Anyway, so this is now.
Yeah,
this
jump
is
in Fusion 360 and knock it out real quick.
I said this before. That's something I would love to learn how to use to modify things, and create.
The more I use Fusion, the more, and I'm always having to figure out how to do stuff in there. And then when you figure out how to do something cool, like it's 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 great. Like find somebody that resonates with you on one of these CAD programs and learn it. Too Tall Toby's a good one. He does a lot of stuff in SolidWorks and in Onshape, but a lot of the concepts of CAD are the same, and like how you would approach like building different things and like thinking about that a little bit differently. That's what helps to like how do you even get started if you want to modify something or you want to make something your own, right? Like a lot of like functional stuff you can really just look at it and model it, and you don't really need to like bring in of somebody else's thing and modify. Like you can just make it what you want to make it.
That's how I've
So
made my living.
it
For
just
the
takes
past 40
time.
years.
It takes time. What was that?
That's how I've made my living for the past 40 years, is taking an idea and figuring out how to CAD it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Hey,
totally
Zach.
make a track. You can make a track for these too, almost like a Hot Wheels track. It'd just be wider.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, Tim Keller has asked, are these all made by the same guy?
Yeah. The designer of these is the same guy. The same one that designed the Roadrunner and Coyote and Speedy Gonzales. Remember that series, Tom and Jerry, that I had like a week 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any
So-
weight in the bottom of these?
Not. I mean, there is a little bit of a weight when you print the body. In this case, the Ghost in white, and it has white and red and black. You also print two parts that actually hold the body together. And what it is the same design in all of them. It's like a little loop that has one side has two pins in it, and the other side has the same design with two holes in it, so it holds it in place. And then it has a hole in the middle that has this pin that you see right in the middle that holds the wheels in place. And then, so it's a body held in place by these two pieces. In this case, it is all white. You see that white part in the bottom? That is solid. It's printed as a solid piece. So it has weight on it. It keeps the balance. The toy standing up because all the weight is in the bottom. It always in the bottom, the way it's designed. I don't know if you can see it here. And then there's a hole that you actually put this pin, that there's a pin, white pin in the middle of the wheel. What I'll do next time that I put one of these, I'll print it, laying it out on the table so you can see all the pieces that goes together. Very easy to put together. And then there's two wheels that are printed. In this case, it's all one color. Some of the pieces have, the toys have, a couple of different colors. They're like white and red, or it depends on the wheel. So,
So the base is probably printed with more infill to make it solid, so it's heavier.
solid. Exactly, it's just solid. The base is solid. Like this one, the base is solid red, and the base is printed. There's two designs. The way the designer did it, he prints the body and the base separately, and in a different plate you can print the wheels with the pins for the wheel. And in this last set, they're all in one. The way he just laid it out, I mean, you can actually separate them if you want to in studio. But anyway, it's an easy print. I think you can print 3 set of the entire body with the wheels and everything. It takes like 3 hours, 2.5 hours.
I'm guessing the body is totally thick. Like it has the exact same thing on the other side?
Exactly. If you turn this figure around, it's the reverse. It's very thin. It's about maybe it's a it's like lays out on the bed, very very thin. Uh, I mean, there's really no body to it. You can't if you see it sideways, you can see all the different colors. You put them facing you, and you're gonna see it's like a line. It's very very thin.
Yeah, so the other side is just a mirror image of this.
Exactly. It's facing
Wouldn't
one
have
way
to
or
be,
facing.
but it would have to be a mirror silhouette,
Exactly. That's why it prints very fast.
right?
It's a clever design, because it prints fast. It prints very fast. See what that's one side was laying on the bed on the PEI texture plate, and this side is the top side, so it doesn't have any texture on it, just flat. Yeah, you can print it if you wanted to, I guess, in any bed that doesn't have any texture. If you want both sides to print it, but I just leave it on. It's no big deal. The kids can't see the difference anyway.
Especially when they're moving.
What's cool about it is that it's always stays standing up. It's self-balancing. That's all of them. There's actually 7 in this series. He just came out with these a couple days ago. When I saw them, I went ahead and decided to print them for him.
Yeah, those are really cool for Halloween.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
So you're gonna give those out instead of candy?
No, that would be too long to. In my neighborhood, not that many kids come around for. Every year, we have candies for the kids. We may get a handful of kids, maybe 15 kids, 20 kids in total that show up. Not that many.
I gotta drop like $50 in candy here, man.
Yeah, I don't spend. Maybe I spend like $20 in candy, but I finish eating
Oh,
it myself.
it's good. I don't have to eat it and get fatter, so it's gone. So I don't have to look at it and want to eat it all. But yeah, I had to spend about $50 in candy here. I live like 2 doors down from a school, so that's pretty.
Oh, I see.
I live right across the street from a school.
There's a school. I live about 2 blocks from the library, the Coral Gables Library, and about 2 blocks from actually there is a church and a school, but there isn't that many kids in my neighborhood. I mean, there is some, but not that many. It is an old neighborhood. My house is about 75 years old, and it's new. My neighbor's house is about over 100 years old.
When I was growing up, we used to come home with a half pillowcase full of candy. Hey, now, oh, it's the last time I took my kids trick or treating, and they got like 20 pieces of candy.
I used to make out like a bandit on Halloween. All right. Thanks for those pictures, Ed. If you liked any of those pictures, be sure to smash the like button. Appreciate it as always. Next is Gabe. So tell us about, is this some more Flexi Factory here?
It is. And so my son is going to be participating on a kids market near our house in October. So he's going to be selling 3D prints, and he's been printing his printer, and I've been printing on mine. So we're doing a bunch of Halloween stuff to sell, for him to sell at the market. So this is a Frankenstein gnome that they released recently. So it was a fun print, but one of them broke. It came loose from the bed when it was printing. So the screws in the ear, one of the screws broke. So we only have 5 left. So
Do
this
the
one was,
bolts,
yeah,
the
the
bolts on the
bolts.
side flop around?
Yes, they do.
That's super cute.
Yeah, the arms, the legs, and the bolts. And yeah, the head and beard and all that is one piece, and then the rest, everything just moves. And that's probably like 4 inches tall, maybe 3.5. And that was printed using a bamboo green. Then the beard is a bamboo basic silver, and the screws and I guess the metal pieces in the forehead were just silk plus silver.
Really
Then
cool.
black and cookie cat, which is blue for the purple.
And you glue them together, right?
Nope, that prints except
Oh.
for the wrench in the hand, everything else is one piece.
I see. There's a lot of filament changes then.
Yes,
How tall is this?
like 4 inches, give or take. I don't have my tape measurement nearby. Look on one of them here.
But it's about 4 inches, so.
But
How
it's
Yeah,
long
give or
is
like
it?
it's about a 1-inch build.
Sorry?
Looks like it's about a 1-inch build from back to front.
I just found the tape measurement. Give me a second. So from nose to back is almost 2 inches. And from the top to the bottom is almost 4 inches.
Oh, so it prints laying down the.
It prints laying
back.
down, yes. Yep.
I see.
Yeah, we could only fit, we printed this at 75% of the original size, so we could fit more.
How to say you have 2 AMSs without saying you have 2 AMSs. Nice job.
Well, I had 3, but okay.
I'm still
And
waiting
how-
to see somebody do a 16 color print because that would just be insane.
The maximum that I have done is 8 colors.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh, you
I've
got
even
about-
got up to 8 yet. I think 6 or 7's the most.
Yeah. You know what I like about having multiple EMS, it's not only that, it's that I store, a lot of the filaments in the AMS. And, so I have 16 in one, I have 12 in the other two. And so I do change some of the color around them on the AMS. But they're there, the white and the black and the red and the basic colors are all in the AMS all the time. And I have some spots open that I just go ahead and I plug in. So I don't have to change the filaments all the time. And the H2D, I have to move it around because the H2D suggests, since it has 2 heads, it suggests which, side to put the colors in. So those I have to move them around every once in a while. What I've decided to do is that now I have 2 AMS HT, and I use, on the H2D, I use one for the left and one for the right, and I leave those open so I can move it around easier. I don't know if you follow what I was trying to say there.
Yeah, I think the most useful part of the AMS is so you just don't have to mess around with the filament as much. And with the H2D, you kind of do because it does the optimization, but that's a good reason to have to mess with the filament. Otherwise, it's good to just have all of that filament on hand so you can, just print stuff. And now I start putting black in one, white in the other side, and separating like stuff that I normally print together. I separate it through the AMSs so I don't have to go and mess with it. But yeah, I don't think the best part of the AMS is to be able to do that many color of print. I think it's to have, like you're saying, Ed, to have that many rolls kind of on hand to print with that you don't have to mess with.
Yeah, and the ability to have a second roll of the same color so it doesn't stop.
Exactly.
You have to wait for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Exactly. What I was saying about the AMS HT is I have two of those. I use one for the left nozzle, one for the right nozzle, and I never put a color in there. I leave them blank, and I use that to switch around if I had to change if I had to put the white on the left and the right. I just move them to that spot. I don't have to go. I mean, you can do it in the main AMS, but it's just I find it easier just to change them there, and I do. But
Makes sense.
I leave those open anyway.
I just wish you could put in the filament after it started. So you could, after it started, and you see, oh, it's going to run out of white. I need to fill my spare with a white.
Yeah,
I wish you could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it
printer
bugs
doesn't
me that it
detect-
can't like read the
Well-
filament. Even if you replace the filament roll, whenever you're done, it doesn't like know what color is in there. It bugs
Exactly.
me that it can't.
Yeah, and that's because when it's printing, it cannot do the automatic detection.
I assume with the software they actually can modify it to be able to do that, but they haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah, you're
I
right.
bet they could. I'm guessing part of the issue is that because when you put the roll, it loads a bit. If you're printing something and it tries to load that one at the same time, they're just gonna collide inside the tubes.
How big is this figurine?
I think it's like 6 inches tall, give or take.
Okay.
It was printed on its back.
I assume
It was
so.
printed laying down, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
The texture on the side panels of the under the ears that almost look like it's a texture instead of a
That's cool.
layering.
It does have a texture there.
It's a Flexi factory also.
It is from Flexi Factory. This is from last October, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's really cool.
Was
Yeah,
that
so it
print in place?
So the mummy prints separately than the sarcophagus,
Yeah, it's cool.
but the mummy prints in place.
And it doesn't move. I mean, it's it does move. I can see the
Yes,
arm.
yeah, it is flexible. The mummy definitely is flexible. The sarcophagus
Yeah,
not so much.
Yeah. Cool. I like that.
What color is that mummy? What filament did
Yeah,
you
is that
use for
glow in
the
the
wrap?
dark?
No, it's not glow in the dark. That's
Bone white?
it is bone white, but it is CC3D PLA bone white.
Why do the hands look a little bit darker?
Might be the lighting.
Well, you printed
Yeah.
the feet and the hands differently than the bandages, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the bandages are bamboo beige,
Basic white.
basically beige.
Oh, basic beige.
That
Yeah,
looks
so
a really
just to
good
make them
color
look a bit
combination.
older. So
Yeah.
like
It makes sense now. I just thought that they were, oh, that's just the color difference. Or
mhm.
That bone white you used looks really good against the beige bandages.
the subtle differences like that make things so much better.
Yes.
Yeah, then I printed the eyes red.
You can't see them here, I guess.
Yeah,
angle.
you can barely see them. So half of them we printed. I think it was like 8. Half of them have red eyes. The other ones just have the bone white.
And then the teeth are a different filament than the head itself, right?
Yeah, the teeth are the same filament as the bandages, so it's a beige.
I see.
a
Yeah,
little yellow.
technically it was a two-color print, except that we painted the eyes, so it is three colors in some of them.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I printed this for a teacher friend of ours. It is just a fun print, and that one is like 4.5 inches tall, give or take. Actually, I have one here. Let me measure.
Is that a Maker's Well print?
To be honest, I have no idea where I found it. So that's been on something that I downloaded a long time ago. But I have no idea where I found it. Usually, if it's from Maker's World, I would add the link on the text file that I sent in with the filaments. But I couldn't find where it was from, so I just didn't do it. It may or may not be in Maker's World. So that one obviously is black, white. The pink is Cookie Cat's light pink or pale pink. And it's a fun print. So the ghost print separately on the juice box and the straw. So this.
The juice box even has the little triangle top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cute little detail.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the juice box itself, I have an extra one here because I printed a few extra ones. And the juice box without the straw is exactly 1.5 inches. So this is the counterpart for the gnome. So this is the witch. And this is also from Flexi Factor, and this one is also from last year. And yeah, the fun print also. So this one I use bamboo green, bamboo brown, black, cookie cat, which is blue, which would be the one that looks like a bit of a purple, and the Polymaker Polyterra brown, wood brown, or the broom and the spoon. And as you can see, it paints name flat. Prints, sorry, name flat.
Cool.
Yeah, and this is all for the marketplace my son is going to be selling. So it's a marketplace for kids. The parents are not allowed to interact with potential buyers, so the kids have to do everything. So I guess that this is the only time I get to talk about the prints. Yeah.
I like how the nose has a big wart on it. That's very cute.
Yep.
Attention to detail.
Yeah. Yeah, and the accessories that it came with, the broom, the spoon, the cooking thingy, which I don't know the name.
Cauldron?
Yeah, the cauldron.
Yeah, that's one, yeah.
I just noticed the braids are tied off with little bats.
Yes.
That's very cute.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
the
the-
spiders.
Loves all the colors.
Yeah, I think the witch's blue itself was the one that gave it a lot of life.
On the con.
And obviously it is flexible, so you can move the arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fun print. But oh, this one is also from Flexi Factory. It's one of the first models that he released. I have this one because when Flexi Factory was starting, he would give some of his models away on Facebook to a Facebook group that I was part of for one day. So he would put in the link, and anyone on the group could get the files for free for one day. So I have this one, and I guess the next model that is on the list would be the other one that I have from him. That's how I came to know about Flexi Factory.
Using
this-
the rainbow gradient on this is very clever. That worked out really well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have printed probably like 10 or 15 of this to give away over the years. And it is a fun print. You can only fit like 2 of them on an X1C at a time. And they print like this coil up, so then you can only print 2 at a time. So that's that silver. Sorry, that silk. It's T white T3D rainbow silk. Yep, TT white T3D.
I love the way that, the color changes on it. It just came out great.
Yeah. The good part and the bad part about it is that if you want to replicate this one, you can't, because the next print is going to come out differently. So you can't just replicate the same change of colors.
or
Yeah.
it's very hard to.
Yes, it is very hard to. I guess impossible wouldn't be the word, but if you're willing to waste a lot of material, so
Yes.
so you cut the roll so it starts at the same time that the prior one started, then yes, you could potentially do it. So pretty much every time you print them, they come out a bit unique.
Well, this one came out great.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how the way the forehead ended up going all in the same color because there's nothing else at that height.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I printed one for my son maybe a year and a half ago, and came out with pretty much everything on the top almost red. And it looks really cool. My son doesn't want to give it away to anyone. Every time someone says that they want it, it's like, nope, we'll print you a new one. This one's mine.
I never thought of the gradient changing colors every print being bad, because when I printed a bunch of those bunny rabbits before, I liked that because it made it look like it's a different filament you were using every time, even if it was the same one and just color shifting. It never occurred to me you'd want to recreate the exact pattern. That's an interesting challenge.
Yeah, I had that issue because a friend of ours, the daughter saw it and she wanted the one my son has. And she was like, can you make me one identical? I was like, nope. I can try to make you one similar, but it's never going to be identical. And I was able to get it close, but it wasn't.
It's identical
It
as
wasn't
long
identical.
as you never look at them side
Yeah,
by side.
identical as long as you don't compare them. Or if you're blind.
They're all
think
meant
that
to be one-offs.
Yes, they're unique.
I think that the shoes on this, the tennis shoes on them, I think it's fabulous. I love the design.
Yeah, and then they actually move up and down. They're also flexible.
Yeah.
Move them to the sides or up and down.
This is a fantastic. I love this design.
Yeah, it is a fun design, and yeah, I think this was the first one that I got from Flexi Factory. So this is another Flexi Factory one, this croc. So this one and the Caterpillar were the only 2 ones that I got for free when I was in that group.
They got you hooked.
Well, it took him like a year and a half later. It wasn't until they released an orca, and my son absolutely loves orcas, So he was like, "Can we get the Flexi Factory so I can get the Orca?" I was like, "Sure." And so yeah, after I got the subscription and I started seeing what he was releasing, he hooked me. But it was really the Orca that did it. Hard to say no to a 9-year-old.
I've gotten quite good at saying no to mine.
Teach me, Grandmaster, please.
I think last week I showed the dinosaur, Bones dinosaur that I bought from Flexi Factory.
Yep.
But I don't have the subscription. I bought it through 3D, called 3D. What is it called? Called 3D?
Yeah, called
or 3D. Yeah,
called
3D.
3D.
I think I paid $5 for it, or $4 or something. I think it was.
And it's not bad. I love what Flexi Factory releases. I don't print everything they release. Some of them doesn't really interest me at all. Some of them I just hold them, and when my nephew comes in, especially the dinosaurs. I'm not a dinosaur guy. My son is not a dinosaur person, but my nephew is. So every time that he comes to visit from out of state, I print a bunch for him. Anyway, so this one, the croc, is a bamboo green, white, and black. Although
Does the
technically
jaw
I did.
open here?
It does not open. Now, this one I didn't clean all the stringing on purpose, and I just wanted to mention my printer, the nozzle wiper broke, and I didn't notice. And that stringing seems to happen after it broke.
If you hit it with a quick flame, it melts the.
Oh no, yeah, I have one. I just didn't clean it on purpose.
That's good to know that if you see this on your print, to check the nozzle wiper.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I can think that happened, because it's the same roll I use for other stuff and didn't have that issue. But during this print, at some point, either at the end of the prior print or during this print, the nozzle wiper broke. It's not even on the machine, so it's probably in the trash now. I had that issue that show up there. But yeah, I do have one of those fire thingies. And this is my dog, Snowy, 3D designing and learning to print toys for herself.
There you go.
I think that's the last picture that I submitted.
Yeah, thanks for those. As
I love
always, cool pictures. Every week we see yours, you almost get me to go put my credit card down for Flexi Factory, because like there is, I mean, if you're looking for some high quality prints on a regular basis, it seems to be one of the better subscriptions for that I've seen, honestly.
I would absolutely agree that the subscription is really good, especially if you're going to be selling them, because you get a commercial license to sell the prints.
Oh yeah.
But
and
we don't
that's the
really
one that
sell
was
them.
The Egyptian one from last time, right? Yeah, like the Horus god or something.
That's
that's
Anubis.
Yeah, Anubis. Yeah, sorry.
That's a beautiful print. That was a beautiful print. Yeah, I like that a lot.
But that was Flexi Factory.
Yes.
Yeah, they got a real good attention to detail.
Yeah. So he's an artist, and that's the difference that I see between something like what is the Brazilian guys, the STL Flix versus Flexi Factory. STL Flix, when you look at their designs, it looked like it was designed by an engineer. When you look at Flexi Factory, you see that the design is an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, STL Flick seems to be more about volume, and they take other. I've seen them take designs that people do and like do the generic version of it. So
yeah,
but
yeah, it's like Temu version of some of the the other designers.
But Lynn, I think you should do it, man. Pull the trigger. Do it. Come on. Peer pressure.
Go for it. Show me. Show me how.
Hold on, let me see if I can get a commission or something for
Yeah.
that before you do it.
See if there's an
For a
affiliate link that you can get.
When
Yeah,
Len
they-
gets his H2C, he'll get Flexi Factory.
Don't get me started on the H2C.
Yeah, I wonder what that price for that is going to be.
3.
Somebody
What's
asked
that
me
again?
that tonight, and I went and looked. So you guys know if you order the Prusa XL from Prusa, you're going to pay a massive import tax. But you can get it through Printed Solid in Florida because that's their U.S. reseller. And the
Printed
5 tool
Solid, I think
head-
it's in Maryland. No,
Printed Solid? No, I thought it was in Florida.
no. They're definitely not down here.
Okay. Anyway, Printed Solid, they're stateside either way. The 5 tool head Prusa XL, partially assembled, is $4,000. It's $500 more than if you get it from Prusa directly, but the import
See,
tax
that's
is
getting
gonna
to
be-
where Justin was talking the other day, where and I think Ed made the point too. All of that stuff is good and it's great, but $4,000 not that great. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
No.
It's past the at a point
It's
of
not
diminishing
hobbyist.
returns or whatever.
Yeah,
And Printed Solid, they are in Delaware.
Delaware. Okay. Sorry. And I was talking to a friend. I said I think Bamboo's got to hit because they're going to charge more than H2D, right? With 7 nozzles. So I was thinking they've got to hit probably mid 3,000s on that because they've got to keep it under the Prusa XL. And the Snapmaker just came out with the $1,000 4-color tool head changer, right? And so they've now set the low bar or $799 if you get it with a Kickstarter, right? That's still going on and breaking records. So there's your benchmark, right? You got 4,000 on the high end and 1,000 on the low end, or $999 or $899, whatever Snapmaker's going to charge when it's not on Kickstarter. Bamboo's got to end up in the middle. So
Yeah, the difference with the Bamboo is that the Snapmaker is 4 colors. That's great. Can you have 8 colors? I'm guessing that the Bamboo, it's gonna have a tool head for, let's say, 8 heads or whatever, or 4 heads. I don't know how many they're gonna put in, but
it's
I'm guessing.
it's 6 plus 1.
Yeah, 7. It'll be 7.
Okay, so would the AMS come into play as well?
It
for those
does.
heads?
You can go
Exactly.
beyond the 6 colors. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
but
the
then,
point.
but then you're going to have color changes if you have more than 7 colors.
Yeah, but
I mean, you can.
Yeah, but you guys that already have the H2D, they're gonna sell the kit to make it the C.
Yeah, but I am not going to spend. They say 6 hours. It'll take me 40.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
don't.
going to be so frustrated. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know if that one is worth. And even the add-on kit, what is it going to be? $1,500, and it's going to take 6
Exactly.
hours if you're a rocket scientist.
A-
Yeah, I don't know.
anytime I had to change a part, they say it's 2 hours. It takes me twice or 3 times that long to do it. Maybe the first time, maybe it takes 2 hours. Maybe it takes 6 hours if you've done it 10 times before. But if you're doing it for the first time, it's probably going to
it's
take
gonna
not
be a
6.
lot longer.
Yeah. And then you mess up a wire, you cut the wire. Oh, no,
No,
I'm not going to go through it.
so there's a store, I was gonna say nearby, but it's probably like 40 minutes from my house, that they service 3D printers. So if I was gonna do something like that, I would just put the printer in the car and just drive it there. And hey, you guys stole this. I'll be happy to just get someone else to do it and pay a bit for it.
I would love to, if somebody in the Miami area would actually service the printer, because I'm during the time that I have to do something major in my X1C or H2D, because I don't think I'll be able to, I spent some time changing some parts on it, and it's frustrating to me.
Yeah, but there has to be someone in the Miami area, that store that can do that.
Maybe now Best Buy are selling bamboo lab printers.
Yeah, but
So
Best
maybe they're
Buy, I wouldn't trust them with a printer. Let me put it this way. I went to Best Buy the other day and I saw that they had the A1. And I asked one of the employees, "Hey, do you have more 3D printers? I can look at them." "Oh yeah, come here." And he took me to where the laser printers are.
no,
So I was like, "Yep, these are
but
definitely not 3D printers."
no, but Best Buy has the Geek Squad.
Yeah, the Geeks one.
So maybe as part of the Geek Squad, maybe since they're selling, what the point that I was trying to make is maybe since they're selling now bamboo printers, maybe the Geek Squad they'll develop a group that actually service them.
Yeah, if they have a service person who knows about 3D printers.
Exactly.
You wouldn't want your average person who knows about printers.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway,
Also, I noticed.
Oh no,
I
it's the
noticed.
invasion of the benchies.
Yeah.
Well, let's back up real quick, guys, just to get through the prints. So, as you guys might remember, last time I was on, because I missed last week because of the holiday, but I had those 2 failed attempts at the capybaras, and I was down and determined to make it happen. So I did get the 3rd round. This is just bamboo matte PLA. I think it's tan, and then the dark brown for the noses, and then I used some negatives on the eyes that are normally supposed to be just black PLA, and I hollowed them out just a little bit. And that was an interesting exercise to get it just the right angle. And because I know it's going to shock people, but I'm very anal retentive about that stuff. But I took these 9mm doll's eyes that have little posts on them, and I clipped off the posts with my snips, and then just super glued them all in. And I saw somebody else do something similar on another print, and that's where I got the idea. So there's red, blue, pink, yellow, green. It really kind of just gave these guys a little extra personality, and I'm really happy with them. I want to find cheaper sourcing for it, because I bought 2 other sets of doll eyes where you stick the little they're clear, they have a black center, and then you stick like the color disc behind it. But when you get them that small, you almost don't see the color discs, and it's really bad. So I need to actually return those to Amazon before I forget, because you can't see the color of the eyes worth a damn. They were all one piece.
Do you have Michael's or a Hobby Lobby where you live? Go in there. They probably have like a box of those doll eyes.
I wouldn't give Hobby Lobby my money to save my life, but I would go check Michael's now that you say that, so I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, they
Thank
probably
you.
have like a box that you can get for like $10 of those.
But this turned out really well, I think, and now I can finally put that damn project to bed. Not print capybaras ever again. But,
they're gonna haunt your dreams.
oh my God, that still pisses me off. That first roll said it had just under 400 with the sticker they stuck on there. Anyway, this is Voxel PLA's brand new Galaxy PETG set, and you guys know I'm kind of a sucker for PETG, and the Galaxy stuff is just gorgeous. So I've had similar color filaments in PLAs, but see this with PETG was really awesome. Although I will say the blue is very similar to Flash Forge's burnt titanium PETG, but the other ones are very cool. There's two greens. That one is called, I just wanted to show people this in case they were curious. That one's called Emerald. It's it's green with kind of like a gold undertone to it. Reminds me of another PLA I used to use a lot for my green. And then, of course, it goes to commercial. Of course it does. Oh, you're talking now? You don't need to see this. Yeah, so I like that one. I like them all, honestly, but that one was like a greenish gold. And then if you go to the next one.
Oh yeah, it does look like that burnt titanium.
Yep, it's burnt. Yeah, that one's called Midnight. I kind of now, and what's funny is, I don't know if you can tell in the bin sheet, they say you use the Bamboo Lab high flow PETG profile, and they said the only thing you tweak on it is put the nozzle temp to 265, which is a lot hotter than what Bamboo normally prints it at. But I noticed that the benchies all came out a little darker than the filament on the spool. Like this one, you can see it where the benchy looks a lot darker.
Mhm.
Um,
Why is the bow so black?
Part of that is honestly is a little overcast outside when I took the picture. So I think if the sun had been out, it would have been a little bit brighter. But yeah, it's the benchies come out a little darker, and I don't hate it though because I think it looks more midnight in the benchy than it does on the spool, and that's the name of this filament.
And it's also probably the angle of the way the light is coming in.
Correct. That's also
And,
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The colors look beautiful, and they're printing well.
Oh yeah. No, I had
Okay,
one
okay.
that didn't print well, but it's because I tried to take the generic PETG high flow, and I started modifying the hell out of it. And one of the purples, and you'll see here, I actually do a side by side of the two purple benchies in another picture. One that was good and one that wasn't. It was because, well, we'll get to that one. I'll show you when we get there. But this one is called Aurora, and this is like you can't really tell in this picture, but online and in person, it's a very dark green with like on the very edges of the spool that you can't really see because of how I took the picture, sadly. It starts to transition from green optically to a little bit of purple. But it's called Aurora, and it's like, wow. It prints, like, the Vinci is just such a dark emerald green. It's really pretty. But
Their
not
filament
to
is
the
good.
other one.
I would say their filament is good filament. I mean, I've bought some of their filament in the past, and I like the quality of the way they print.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
And-
is my
and I-
first. Go ahead.
And I would say they only have, they announced it as they only have like 200 spools of each one of those 4 colors.
I did reach out. I think you were the one who turned me on to that, and I reached out to them. I said, I'm not going to buy these at. It was the kit for 4 was like, I want to say $100, or it was right around there, and I'm not going to drop $125 on a roll of PETG, only for you to like never make it again. I want to know, and they said no, in like 3 or 4 months. They gave me some time period. Don't quote me on that, but it was like some months out. They're going to do another batch. So they said this will be coming back, and I was like, okay, then I'll buy some because if I like it, I don't want. The worst thing is I don't ever want to buy a one run of a filament because if I really like it, I'm going to be really bummed when it runs out. So
Yeah. Well, especially if you have remaining, but you don't want to throw the other remaining
correct.
piece for a roll, But the color is beautiful. I thought about buying them, but I have so much filament right now.
There's no such thing.
You're right. Yeah. Well, you should see my room. I have over 30 or 340 rolls of filament. Way too much.
Yeah.
You
So
send some to me.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah. Oh God.
So this
Rookie,
one-
300.
So you probably have more than me, but we all know that hotfix takes it to a different level.
Well, you can be jealous all you want. This one is called. It's spelled Giiello, like Gielio, purple, or Galileo. Is that how you spell Galileo? I don't know. I don't know how you spell it, but it's G. I'll put it in chat here because it's really
Yeah,
weird.
but it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can click on it and get the name and just copy and paste it. Yeah, there you go. I'll do it this way. I don't know how you pronounce this. Somebody smarter than me can say it, but I'm putting it in chat right now. But anyway, that's however you pronounce that, something purple. It's a really, really dark, rich purple when you print it. Again, when Da Vinci's came out, darker. And here's I don't know if you can tell, the one on the left was I tried to use the generic PETG profile. The bow, the very front of the bow, you can't really tell this well in the picture, but it's really chewed up. And there was a lot more stringing on the one on the left. And I went and said, well, you know what? They said to try the bamboo profile, so let me try that. And all I modified was the temperature to 265, like they said, and it came out much nicer.
Mhm.
So I was like, all right, well, that'll learn me. Actually do what the manufacturer said to do, and don't try to like tweak the generic profile. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, these all printed really well. And the fun part is, I don't know if you guys remember, but most of the time, this is not the speed benchy. This is just insert primitive benchy. But even then, you can still get some variances in the shininess of the outside of a print, because it speed up and slow down. This was pretty uniform shininess throughout, which is a testament to the filament, which was nice. That means you don't have to like slow down your prints to 50 millimeters per second to get the super shininess. I really like that about this filament. So, oh,
Maybe
okay.
Maybe I do need to order.
If you do, buy the 4-pack, because it's $98.99, and they use the same company, by the way, that Bamboo uses to check out, right? How they have that third party, and
Shopify.
Shopify, I think, or Shop app, or whatever it's called. And they had sent me a letter, an email a couple months ago. Hey, if you buy this X amount of voxel PLA, we'll take $25 off. And I clicked that very old link, and it took the money off because they say it's normally like $108 for a 4-pack, but they dropped it to $98, and I got like another 25 or something or $15 off, something like that, when I used that old link. So it worked. But this is the Aurora green one, the dark green one, and I printed. This is for my girlfriend. She likes darker greens too, and I printed that on a prismatic plate. Yep. And I think it turned out really well. Unfortunately, the lighting at this time of night is not great. It looks almost black in the picture, but it's a really dark, rich green. And this is the hangers I went bananas on about a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like how that came out. Very clean.
Cool.
And I meant to include another picture. I don't think I got it in time. I ordered a whole bunch of filaments and a ribbon cable for my X1 carbon screen, which I haven't had a chance to put in yet because it just came in a couple days. The shipment came in a couple days ago. But you guys were talking about the different boxes the filament comes in, and I didn't know what you were talking about. But I got 4 different types of boxes: the old and new refill boxes, and the old and new spool boxes. So I'll include a picture of that next week or next show. So if people are curious what the old and new look like.
Yeah, I don't like the new ones. I
The
prefer old
refills,
stuff.
I don't mind because they're just vacuum formed, right? I don't mind those being a little tighter, but yeah, I'm kind of not grooving on the ones with the spools being like cheaper. But the hangers are not on Maker World. Those were from the guy who moved to Sweden. I'll see if I can find them real quick. I think they're on Thingiverse or Thangs. I'll find him here in a second. I'll post a link. He's a free model. He's got a YouTube channel. He also has done other prints like trash cans and other really great functional prints. But anyway, this is the free model, and then he has a paid one where you can like he makes accessories for these to make them like the ends of the hangers, they have little rounded edges, so like your dress shirts and stuff won't have like a line from the hanger. It kind of rounds it out. I'll find it for a second and put it in. So,
Cool.
but yeah, that's it for me.
Cool.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks as always, Hot Fix. Appreciate it. Next up is Justin. If you liked any of those, be sure to smash the like button. And tell us about these prints. These look cool. You got me on the Star Wars stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, I print a ton of Star Wars stuff, but these are from a maker on Things.com called Kit Kiln, and you have to subscribe to him to download some of the models, but some of the models he does offer for free. But he releases new models all the time. He does little chunkable type characters that are kind of like mini Legos. He does ships, and it's all his stuff is snap together fit. No glue required for any of this.
Wow. That's all snapped together, huh?
Yep, and it truly is snapped together. You can use glue if you want, but on any of his models that I've printed so far, and I've printed probably 30 or 40 different ones, I have not used a drop of glue on any of them. They are super tight tolerances, and they just snap together and fit.
Yeah, they look really cool. Where did you get those from?
Things.com, THANGS.com.
And these are no AMS?
You can use AMS or non-AMS, but all his prints are separate, so you don't have to use an AMS. Like all the colored pieces, they print on a separate plate.
And you snap them in, so
Yep.
there's no glue at all.
No glue at all.
That's cool. That's cool.
But his name is Kit, K-I-T, Kiln, K-I-L-N. And what's funny is this is actually very similar to the snow speeder. Is actually very similar to a snow speeder I bought on Fab 365. But the Fab 365 one had a lot more pieces, and you had the glue. Where this guy's you didn't. These are from Maker World, and this is the. There's a guy on there that does a lot of kit airplanes, and he's actually the one I backed on that crowdfunding thing I was talking about earlier. But you print each jet. It basically prints the top and the bottom separate, and the vertical aileron separate, and that's it. There's basically 3 pieces to each jet, and then you just snap them together. I put a little bit of Gorilla Glue in between just to keep them together. But then he makes this stand so you can have all 4 of them flying in formation, and the stand actually can mount to the wall. And there's holes at the top and the bottom of the jet, so you can mix and match how you display them.
Yeah, I love that print. I printed a bunch of those a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if I showed them on the live or not, but I have a friend that was a former Thunderbird pilot, so I printed one and I put in his name below the canopy, and I printed it and sent it to him.
I was actually inducted into the Air Force by the Thunderbirds back
that's
in
awesome.
'96.
You're a pilot?
No, I was just in the Air Force, but they inducted so many recruits in that year.
Well, was it during an air show?
Yes.
Yeah, but I've seen them. I went to an air show once and I saw the Thunderbirds doing that to a bunch of people that were joining the Air Force.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this was a really cool print. And I backed his A10 Warthog that he's releasing on Maker World as well. He has, I don't know, 30 or 40 different planes on there, and they print really well. They do take a while to print, about 8 hours for one plane. But I mean, they come out great for what they are.
They do look good.
They're what, like 8 inches inside?
I think they're
Standard.
about 6.5, 7 inches
Okay.
in size, roughly.
Actually, I have one of the lower parts here in front of me. So let me measure that for you. So it's so the lower part is exactly 7 inches actually, 7 1/8, give or take.
Now this is the space shuttle. This is a model I got off Fab 365 with the stand. The only thing I don't like about Fab 365 is you have to buy the model separately, and then they bring out the stand, and then you have to buy that separately. But on some of their models, if you buy just one model, they give you what's called a reward ticket, and then you can download some of their free models. So it's hit or miss, but most of their models are pretty well done. This one is not snap fit; you do have to glue it. But the engine prints in one piece, the body prints in one piece, and then the white part prints in one piece, and then you have a bunch of little white parts that you just glue into the black pieces. And the cargo bay doors do open and close. It's pretty decent size. It's about, I would say, 8 inches in total length. And then they also make the plane that the space shuttle is piggybacked on, and you can buy that, and then you can attach this shuttle to that plane if you want.
Cool.
Cool.
NASA is testing a version. I think that SpaceX isn't SpaceX launching a version of this, a newer version of it. It's not the same, of course.
No, so there's a program, I don't know what it's called, which looks like a miniature space shuttle, which is an intelligence. So it is from I guess DoD intelligence agencies. It's been in space a few times, and for a year orbiting, then it comes back.
So it's not NASA. So it's part of the.
It's military.
So it's not part of the not Defense Department. It's the War Department, right? Trump just changed the name.
Legally, it's still the Defense Department because that was named that way by Congress.
So. I see. Okay. But
no.
Anyway, but it's by them. It's not NASA itself. I mean, yeah. I think you're right. I just saw something the other day. I hadn't seen it before, but it looked like a miniature space shuttle, right?
Yep. Yeah, but it's supposed to be a top secret program. No one really knows what they do. People obviously, we know it exists because there have been pictures of it, but no one knows what the mission is. Right? Well, I guess people know publicly. It hasn't been released what the mission is.
I see. But that's SpaceX, the one that is launching it, right?
No, I think that I have no idea, to be honest. I was gonna say no, but I don't think it's a SpaceX at all on that one.
Because I guess the ones that are launching are SpaceX, and who else is launching? Blue.
ULA, United Launch Alliance. There are a few others.
And Boeing. I guess Boeing is still doing some launching.
Yeah, but there's more than those three.
This is the best
So this is
tic-tac-toe
just a-
game ever.
That brings
Yeah,
back
this
memories.
is just a Pac-Man tic-tac-toe. Now, the original model had the tic-tac-toe box with the little drawer, but the pieces were not, they were okay, but they were single color pieces. So what I did is I found another model that had the ghosts in different colors and created those in order to do the tic-tac-toe. And that way it kind of just made it more nostalgic, at least for us old people. But I think it turned out pretty good, and all the ghosts kind of, and the Pac-Man kind of snap into place. So when you're traveling and stuff, they're not flying all around the car or anything like that when you play.
What's the size of the design or pieces?
It's a little. If you go back one more picture, there's my business card next to it,
Okay.
and it shows. It's basically about business card size, but a little bit bigger.
It looks almost Gridfinity size.
I'm not familiar with Gridfinity, but yeah, I mean it's fairly small.
And looks cool. Nostalgic.
But then that little drawer pulls out. I think I show it in another picture, and that's where you put your pieces and whatnot. Yeah. So I just printed a bunch of the same color ghosts and did it that way, and just printed up a bunch of them. These are just arrowheads. I grew up in Kansas in Indian Territory, and we always used to go down to the river on my family's ranch, and we would find real arrowheads. Um, so when I found these, I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. So I'll print some of those and give those out to kids or something. They turned out a little bit smoother than I wanted, but I mean, it is what it is. For 25 cents a piece to print them, I mean, it's not a huge expense.
Yeah, they turned out cool. I like the edges are not super uniform, so it kind of looks like a real arrowhead, like it was chipped off a stone or whatever. Those turned out good.
Yeah, I found
Try
another
the
model.
texturing or whatever, the paint with texture or whatever on top of them, and see if that helps.
Yeah, I found another model that I think is a little more faceted. Um, so a little bit maybe lower poly, where this one looks like it might have been smoothed or had a smoothing modifier when the guy exported it. Um, so I'm going to try that too. But these turned out okay for what they are. And that's just regular bamboo black and regular bamboo gray PLA.
Do they print standing up?
Yes,
Okay.
and I just used the slim tree supports and tried to gap the supports to the model so they wouldn't leave super rough edges, but it still left a little bit of roughness. But you could easily take a little sander and just put them on there and get that off. And then this is a smaller version of the containers that I showed that I did for that container company. Decided to reduce it in size, and it basically holds business cards. so they could put their business cards in it. So the white roof prints by itself. The walls and the doors print as one piece. The base, which is black, prints as one piece, and then you have the snap-in edges that are black that print in 4 pieces. So it prints multiple pieces, but then it all just snaps together.
Cool.
They haven't seen this yet. This is just something that I did this weekend actually. So I'm going to show it to them Monday or Tuesday, and hopefully they'll bite on it and want some stuff. So
It's really cool.
Could you make one of the sides fold down so you could easily get the business cards out?
you could, yeah.
Or maybe put a lift at the bottom?
You could definitely separate one of the walls to where you could just pop that wall out and take it out that way. But I wanted to make it to where it printed quickly and a lot more simple than the than the larger versions that literally print in pieces and then you have to snap them together. I wanted something just quick and simple that I could say, hey, I could print 300 of these if you want them, and it wouldn't take me very long to print them. So
That's a very clever adaptation of your other design, man. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
yeah, I still got 26 of the big ones to print, so each one takes 11 hours, so I figure in about 25, 26 days with one printer, I might get it done.
Time to buy a second one.
I'm already looking at an H2S. That was one of the comments I was going to make about Best Buy. They had the H2S in stock, and I had it in my cart, and then I went and looked today, and they are out of stock of them. They got plenty of H2Ds and plenty of X1Cs, but no more H2Ss.
I think they have the X1Cs on sale.
Yeah, they do. They're $1,000, I think, straight up for the
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah, but $799 without the AMS is not bad actually.
No, that's actually a pretty good price. I just need the AMSs.
Especially if you already have some AMSs, you can just repurpose it.
Yep.
Yeah, but $500 more, you get the H2S with the AMS2 Pro. It's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, and add a 500 more on top of the H2S, and you get the H2D.
No, it's 800 more. It's not 500 more.
Well, notice you don't get the one with the AMS.
And I just rolled over 8,200 hours on my X1C. So
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a
It's
lot.
still just a walk in the park. I just cleared 6,000 on mine.
Yeah, I have a little over 6,000 in one and almost 5,000 in the other.
I'll let you know what
HDI.
mine is when my screen starts working.
The H2D, I only have like 200 hours on it.
That's funny. All right, thanks for those pictures, Justin.
Good job, Justin. That's good stuff, man.
Next
job.
up is Mark, so tell us about these prints.
This is staying with my Halloween theme. What you're looking at right now is the top of a carousel.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
yeah, that is super cool, especially with the ghosts, is like the
Yeah.
with the horses.
Yeah,
I
those
see.
are really cool.
I
And
see
the,
Hulu, too.
And it actually rotates.
Oh, yeah, by itself or
Well, you
spin
could
it
put a
by-
motor in it if you wanted to, but I just spin it. It
Cool.
uses two bearings, and I ended up 3D printing the bearings instead of actually going out and buying the bearings.
Mhm.
And it took, I want to say, roughly about a day to print all the pieces, because those The roof, that black and orange, those are all separate pieces. Then you got a top round piece that those connect into. Um, the ornaments on the side, like that bat, that, like, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, octopus bat. um, those print separately. Same with down the bottom where you have the ghost and the pumpkins. Those print separately. The hardest part with this is none of that is glued. Everything fits together, but they've got some small pins that you print that are square, and you have to put them into the back of the unit so that it snaps into each other. And they're very, very tight. I actually, believe it or not, I had to start it with a pair of needle nose pliers and then hit it with a hammer to actually get it to set. Now the height and width of that, you can see the Sunmu boxes behind it, the filament boxes. It's actually about 1.5 tall of the filament box, and the width is the exact width of the filament box.
Yeah, I think the can in the back is deceptive.
Well, that's not a can. That's actually a Coca-Cola refrigerator.
But how long did this model take? Because it looks like you've got a lot going on, and it looks amazing. But I imagine that there's lots of pieces to put together.
But that's what I was saying. It's roughly, I want to say roughly, it took me about a day to print all the pieces, and then maybe about an hour, hour and a half to get everything put together.
And is that up on MakerWorld now, or?
Yep, hang on.
That's so incredibly detailed, man. That is so cool.
There you go.
Yeah, that thing turned out really good.
Yeah, that thing's really cool.
And he's also got the link to what he used for the bearings. You know, instead of going out and actually buying the bearings, you print them out.
I'm guessing they're skateboard size.
What's that?
I'm guessing that they're skateboard bearings.
They were what is it, 6002 bearings?
Okay, no, those are smaller.
Give me a minute. Let me see if I can't find them.
All right, thanks for those pictures, Mark, as always.
Thanks, Mark.
And then
Cool.
last but
Thank
not
you.
least, we have Robert. So go ahead and tell us about these prints.
I designed a set of round dice that have a marble on the inside, and you can see one of them has the correct filament, but I wanted to send these off today, and I thought they were all printing correctly, and it takes all day to print a set of dice. Device that you're looking at, the white thing, it holds or separates them out, since they are hard to tell the difference between a D10 and a D4, for example. Oh, this automatically separates them out. Oh, and each one of these has a little marble inside of it that rolls around on the inside that puts the number up. this was a failed attempt, but you can see how it's supposed to look.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And my son's into D&D, so I thought I'd make him
Yeah.
a set of D&D dice. They're all round.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Well, that is all the prints that we have for this evening. Hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see everybody in a couple of weeks. Have a great weekend, and take it easy, everybody. Have a good one.
Do we
Thanks
have
for
something
watching.
tomorrow?
Thanks, Len.
Thanks, Len.
Thanks,
Good one,
take care,
guys.
guys.